Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome on Tunis International Radio. You are listening right now to the daily edition of English language program presented by Huda bin Sheikh today, as on every Monday. Happy to welcome my guest today. We are going to speak about illegal immigration, and what is really important and great today is that we are having our guests who are going to be talking about a very interesting event. Actually, it took place as first part in Kram on the here 13th and 14th of August, and later on the second part is going to be held on the 27th and 28th in Sijouni. So here I would like to thank my guests. So thanks for Arbi Jbeli.
Thank you for this invitation.
Arbi Jbeli is the president of Sight Association, and later on she's going to tell us a little bit about the objective of the association and the fields of interaction and the fields of here projects that you are working in, especially in human rights. And also thanks for Haifa. Haifa also is a member of the association, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the activities of the Free Sight, especially about this one, which is a very important action. So, would you tell us a little bit about Free Sight Association, Arbia?
Free Sight Association is an independent, non-profit and non-governmental association. Was created in December 26, 2011, after the revolution, aiming defense of human rights, spreading the culture of dialogue and peace, and deepening the spirit of citizenship, active participation in the success of the democratic transition process, follow the path of transitional justice, and we cooperate with Tunisian and foreign NGOs in the mutual interest. We also highlight the culture of art, innovation and sciences to spreading human rights principles.
Right, it's really great. I sincerely discovered this association recently thanks to this project, which is concerning sensibilizing days against irregular migration.
Exactly.
We know that it is a huge phenomenon and it's a very sad event that is concerning our youth. Our youth are immigrating illegally to European countries, mainly to Italy.
Yes, and a very common problem.
Yeah, and many of them are dying. So let's start about this event, which is really great. I like the title, Manish Harak. Manish Harak, it's a title, but also a slogan. And
very down to earth. Very down to earth.
Yeah, so what is Manish Harak, this event? What does it consist of?
So Manish Harak is a project that was held in Kram by Free Sight Association with the partnership of the international organization Project SILM. And SILM here is an acronym that stands for the Solidarity with Children of Mashhad and Maghreb.
So we heard a little bit about SILM and these projects. Yeah, it is quite active. So here we can say that the IOM, which is the International Organization for Migration, are sponsoring you and helping you in this event.
Exactly, yeah.
So what does it consist of the first event? What are the activities that you planned for, and what happened in the Kram, and how was the atmosphere with the
it was very interesting. Like, the project was mainly composed of two parts. So the first 2 days were meant to raise awareness against irregular migration, and more specifically al-harqa. Notice here I'm using the term harqa because
this is the common word that they are using.
Exactly, because I'm referring to a very specific type of irregular migration, that is migration by boats, and not those who go abroad and
stay there.
Yeah, and stay there. By overstaying their visas.
Yeah, so, and this is more dangerous with boats because here we are having many people who are dying, huge number, thousands and thousands of people all over the world, and mainly in Tunisia.
Yes, and that's why we wanted to address this issue.
Yeah, and that's why we have to use the common word harqa. So let's stop using illegal immigration. So harqa, Tunisians, they know about it. You told me that it is about 2 days, the 13th and the 14th in the Kram. So lots of activities were there, were planned, and specialists also were there.
Yeah, like we planned activities on the spot. Like we prepared a tent and we had flyers, and we were communicating with the citizens of the Kram. We wanted to raise awareness against irregular migration by talking to them and communicating with them. It was very interesting.
How was it? I mean, here I suppose families and young people were there. So what category of people are concerned with al-harqa, and how was the reaction of the families?
Mostly I would say youngsters and teenagers, like 16, 17 years old. And I want to talk about that because on the third day there was a play, and the play was performed by l'Association des Jeunes Artistes, and this play was mainly about raising, as I have told you, raising awareness against irregular migration by shedding the light on the struggles and the hardships that youngsters go through. And there was a debate held after the play, and the families were present, and also young people were there, and many of them were actually one of the participants, she started crying because she said she can relate to the play. One of her sons, he took her jewelry and he went to Italy, and he's going through a very hard time there in Italy.
Yeah, it's very difficult for them, we can understand.
Yeah.
So it seems that there are more and more young people involved in the illegal immigration in Harqa. So it seems that there are people who are mature, and even those who are in the years of about 11.
Great with NGOs in order to ensure a better future for Tunisian youth.
Exactly. So these young people, they don't find any possibility of having a decent life here, and that's why they are trying to save their life, but in fact they are not saving their life. They are going to death right away. So this is the first part. And what is the feedback that you had? People with whom you've been debating and asking questions and answering, their decision, is it final and there is no change about it, or did you think that you changed the mind of many of these young people?
I would say they were looking for opportunities for someone to finance their project. And by the way, we invited the representative of the Tunisian Agency of Professional Training, but unfortunately he wasn't present. We also invited Taysir and Inda, and unfortunately they also weren't present. But concerning Inda, they contacted us right after the event, and there was a meeting held in their office with the director, Madame Salwa Zeki, and also Madame Nidia Jardin and Madame Amira Haj Al-Houma, to discuss the possibility of financing some of the youngsters, financing some micro projects for the youngsters who were present during that event.
Okay, so finally there is a solution. There is a solution out of this problem, and we can solve some of the problems. Of course, we cannot solve all of them. And it is the role of the government so far. Here, were they eager to participate with you? Did they accept your invitation, or did they say, oh, sorry, we cannot be there?
Well, as I have told you, the representative of the Tunisian Agency of Professional Training, unfortunately, he wasn't there, but we hope that he will be present during the next event. Yes.
Okay, you have to keep trying.
We will.
Let's hope to keep trying on, and let's hope the government is going to be there, because the presence of the government is really important and meaningful for these young people. When they see that the representatives of the government are there to find solutions for them, they will believe a little bit, and they will have confidence in the government that we have.
Exactly.
And they're going to feel that the government is there to help them out of this problem. So what you can understand is that most of the young people who are intending to go illegally to Europe, they have no adequate educational level. They have no training or competencies in anything. So that's why they need training.
Exactly.
That's why they need funding, and that's really important to find institutions sponsoring governments being there for them to help not all of them, but at least some of them, so that they can save their life, and so that they can change the mind of other young people. Because what we can understand and what we can see today is that they are not only in the 20s. Today we're having in the 60s, as you told me, and the 50, 15, that means they are teenagers, and it is really shocking to find these people thinking about death. Whole who are intending to go illegally to Europe. They have no adequate educational level. They have no training or competencies in anything. So that's why they need funding, and that's really important to find institutions sponsoring governments being there for them to help not all of them, but at least some of them, so that they can change the mind of other young people. Because what we can understand and what we can see today is that they are not only in the 20s. Today we're having in the 60s, as you told me, and the 50, 15, that means they are teenagers, and it is really shocking to find these people thinking about death. People who are intending to go illegally to Europe, they have no adequate educational level. They have no training or competencies in anything. So that's why they need training.
Exactly.
That's why they need funding, and that's really important to find institutions sponsoring governments being there for them to help not all of them, but at least some of them, so that they can save their life, and so that they can change the mind of other young people. Because what we can understand and what we can see today is that they are not only in the 20s. Today we're having in the 60s, as you told me, and the 50, 15, that means they are teenagers, and It is really shocking to find these people thinking about death. It doesn't matter if they die in these boats. So what's next in Sijumi? Are they going to have the same activities? What I've seen also that you have psychologists and sociologists who have been talking there.
Yes, there were psychologists and sociologists, and they were like, we invited them so that they will communicate with youngsters and try to convince them not to go away, because we want them to stay here and work decently in their countries.
Yeah, and improve things here. We need them in our country. So what about Sijumi? So the first step, the first part of the event, it was on the 13th and 14th in August, and that was in Bikram. The second part, not to be missed, as it's going to be in Sijumi. Here you have chosen very popular neighborhood.
Yes.
When we can
And
understand.
it's a very common problem there, so that's why we wanted to go to these neighborhoods.
Yeah, and you need really courage for that, because you are doing really...
And we did it.
Yeah, you have to brainwash them totally. I mean, here they need to change their way of thinking. So in Sijumi, you are going to plan for the same activities and for the same meetings and debates with parents?
Yeah, we'll plan for the same activities, and the event will take place on the 27th, 28th, and 29th of August.
Right.
So the first 2 days are meant to raise awareness. As I have told you, I keep saying raise awareness because that's
really
what we are
important.
doing. Yes.
Yeah.
And the third day there will be a play and a debate afterwards.
Good. So for all those who missed the first part of the event, they still have a second chance to attend these dates, which is really important for people, for young people who have nothing to do, and for people that have something to do. Go there and see the families, meet these young people who are really in need of help. The fact of seeing young people coming to talk with them and to participate and to say the right words at the right time, it's really important. So thank you, Haifa and Arabia, for telling us about this very important event, and thanks for this association, Free Sight Association, of thinking about being there for the young people where they are in Likram, in Sijumi, in many other neighborhoods. So we hope that's going to be many other events that you are planning for. So for the young people in Sijumi, don't forget these 2 dates. 3 days, 27th, 28th, and 29th of August in Sijumi. So you are going to find great people, talented, motivated to change your mind and to tell you that Tunisia is really great. Do you have a message that you want to send for young people, for our young listeners, for all those who are in love with the English language program?
So, as I have told you, governmental institutions and funders really need to be there for youngsters to save them from the dangers of going away, because we can't just tell young people don't go away. We need to provide alternatives for them, and that's why I'm calling governmental institutions to be there for Tunisian youth.
Well said, Haifa, well said. It is really important to see the government present right there. So please, chiefs and responsibles in ministries and in institutions, we really need your presence. We don't need money. We need your presence to show to these young people that you love them and you need them in their country. Thanks for Enda, by the way, who made the phone call and who told you that they are going to be present, that we hope that they are going to be present. And for all the other businessmen and other institutions who want to sponsor these young people, they are Tunisians like you and me, and they need your presence, they need your help in order to build the country that we love so much.
We need your support.
Thank you, Haifa, and thank you, Arabia, from Free Sight Association, talking about illegal immigration. Back to music again.
Love, love,